Okay, so as you can see, I have really thin brow. The first thing I do is I use a thing called a spoolie. So I just use that first and brush all the hairs in one direction. So make sure you can see the label. Dip Down Fluid Line. It's basically a gel liner but in brown. I use a small angled brush, 266 from MAC. It looks like this. Fluid, coat on both sides. I start from the middle of the brow just because I want that to be the thickest point. So I get the shape in the middle of the brow how I want it. Then I basically carry it through and come to a point. As I'm using the fluid liner to get my basic shape, that's what's going to stay on all day long because it's a gel liner, so it has a lot more staying power. I use the gel liner first and then I press my eyeshadows on top of it. This is my neutrals one, so it's got all my browns and my blacks and everything, my golds like that. I'm going to use this colour here, which I believe is called Brown Down, and this one here called EMBARK from MAC, same brush. And I'm going to just start using feathery motions, just kind of fill in the rest of the brow. I'm going to line my brow up to the inner corner of my eye, so it shouldn't go any further than this point here. I shouldn't start drawing my brow in here, which I've seen a lot of girls do. They start kind of drawing a brow from in here, but that doesn't work for me. I think now I'm happy with the eyeshadow. I'm going to go in and define my brow. 239 from MAC is my absolute favourite to define my brow with. A shader brush, one like this. So I use an NW43. It's a bit rare, I don't see anybody else use foundation, but I find that it's got enough coverage. It's going to highlight my brow and give me that really sharp edge. I could use an NC45 because that's one shade up from an NC50. However, I find the NC45 really pale. It's too obvious a colour for me. But I like the warmth of the NW43. Defined my brow nicely. Nails by Shamos, by the way. I'm going to do the same thing that I did underneath the brow on top of the brow. This is kind of the most important part. If you're going to do the foundation or concealer on top of the brow as well, make sure you blend it out properly back into the hairline so it's not obvious. This is kind of the most important part. If you're going to do the foundation or concealer on top of the brow as well, make sure you blend it out properly back into the hairline so it's not obvious, because now it's obvious, you know, there's two different kind of shades there, it's obvious. But if I just take my finger, or you can take another brush, or a 217 is quite a good one to use, or a foundation brush, I'm just going to blend that colour back so that it's not as obvious what I've done. But yes, that's pretty much my brow done.